Thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles. This is the combined volume by the Foundation for Inner Peace, 3rd edition. Today we are picking up on Chapter 25, The Justice of God, Section 7, The Rock of Salvation. We are on paragraph 7. Your special function is the special form in which the fact that God is not insane appears most sensible and meaningful to you. The content is the same. The form is suited to your special needs and to the special time and place in which you think you find yourself, and where you can be free of place and time and all that you believe must limit you. The Son of God cannot be bound by time nor place, nor anything God did not will. Yet, if his will is seen as madness, then the form of sanity, which makes it most acceptable to those who are insane, requires special choice. Nor can this choice be made by the insane, whose problem is their choices are not free and made with reason in the light of sense. It would be madness to entrust salvation to the insane. Because he is not mad, has God appointed one as sane as he to raise a saner world to meet the sight of everyone who chose insanity as his salvation. To this one is given the choice of form most suitable to him, one which will not attack the world he sees, but enter into it in quietness and show him he is mad. This one but points to an alternative, another way of looking at what he has seen before and recognizes as the world in which he lives and thought he understood before. Now must he question this, because the form of the alternative is one which he cannot deny, nor overlook, nor fail completely to perceive at all. To each his special function is designed to be perceived as possible and more desired as it proves to him that it is an alternative he really wants. From this position does his sinfulness and all the sin he sees within the world offer him less and less, until he comes to understand it cost him his sanity and stands between him and whatever hope he has of being sane. Nor is he left without escape from madness, for he has a special part in everyone's escape. He can no more be left outside without a special function in the hope of peace than could the Father overtook his Son and pass him by in careless thoughtlessness. What is dependable except God's love? And where does sanity abide except in him? The one who speaks for him can show you this in the alternative he chose especially for you. It is God's will that you remember this and so emerge from deepest mourning into perfect joy. Accept the function that he has assigned to you in God's own plan to show his Son that hell and heaven are different, not the same, and that in heaven they are all the same, without differences which would have made a hell of heaven and a heaven of hell, had such insanity been possible. The whole belief that someone loses but reflects the underlying tenet, God must be insane. For in this world it seems that one must gain because another lost. But if this were true, then God is mad indeed. But what is this belief except a form of the more basic tenet? Sin is real and rules the world. For every little gain must someone lose and pay exact amount in blood and suffering. For otherwise would evil triumph and destruction be the total cost of any gain at all. You who believe that God is mad, look carefully at this and understand that it must be either God or this must be insane, but hardly both. Salvation is rebirth of the idea no one can lose for anyone to gain, and everyone must gain if anyone would be a gainer. Here is sanity restored, and on this single rock of truth can faith in God's eternal saneness rest in perfect confidence and perfect peace. Reason is satisfied, for all insane beliefs can be corrected here, and sin must be impossible if this is true. This is the rock on which salvation rests, the vantage point from which the Holy Spirit gives meaning and direction to the plan in which your special function has a part. For here your special function is made whole, because it shares the function of the whole. Remember, all temptation is but this, a mad belief that God's insanity would make you sane and give you what you want, that either God or you must lose to madness, because your aims cannot be reconciled. Death demands life, but life is not maintained at any cost. No one can suffer for the will of God to be fulfilled. Salvation is His will because you share it, not for you alone, but for the self that is the Son of God. He cannot lose, for if he could, the loss would be his Father's, and in him no loss is possible. And this is sane because it is the truth. And so it is. Thank you so much for joining with me. Tomorrow we will pick up on section 8 of chapter 25. I love you. Thank you so much for joining with me. Have a beautiful day.